channel. It's your girl Morugindongo. I know it's been a while and I promised to be posting on Wednesday and on Friday on my channel, but I would really love to thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much. Road to 500 subs, here we come. And so, as you've read from the title of this video, there was a time I asked what you would want to see on my channel, and I got 2 responses, and that's what I'm going to address today. So there's one good friend of mine, Natalia Nyambura. I hope wherever you are, you're seeing this. So you asked me juggling between school and motherhood, how it was. So if you're a new subscriber, or maybe you started with me and with my channel, you've probably seen my story about I got pregnant while I was in school, campus to be precise, and it was really tough for me, and I've given my story time there, my pregnancy journey, and so I'm going to address how I juggled between school and motherhood during that time. So just a quick catch up. I gave birth in 2016. Let's say I was in my second year of campus, so I really had to adjust everything I knew and had to learn so many things at a very young age, because when you become a parent, it's not the same as you are just a young girl. You have to grow up, you have to be mature enough to take care of a kid, which is not easy. So I want to big up all our parents out there. Enyewe kulea mtoto si rahisi. So where do I start, guys? I remember when I got the news that I was pregnant. First of all, I was horrified. Not horrified, I was terrified, because I didn't know how my parents will react to the news. So I've also done a video about my parents' reaction. I will link it in the description down below so that you can see it and listen to it, and probably maybe you will get a vivid picture of how my parents reacted to the news. And they took it, obviously they were disappointed, but with time they accepted that that was the fate I had chosen, and they became supportive about it. So I went back to school. I didn't discontinue my education. I said I made the decision to go on with school, because I knew if I was to give up, then maybe that will not be a good example for the child that I'm bringing into this world. So I had to put more effort, be hardworking, go to school, finish my campus education, and it came with a lot of difficulties, a lot of pressure, a lot of moments when I had anxiety, moments when I was depressed, and people didn't know about it, but it was something that I was dealing with at school, because I had rented out a 1-bedroom apartment, an apartment with my friend Jackie. Thank you so much for being there during that period. And I really don't know how I can say this, but it was hard, because I remember when my child came, thankfully I gave birth normally. I didn't go under CS, so I gave birth naturally, and after 1 month of going home, I was at home for 1 month with my mom. She was, after giving birth, you have to be taken care of, because you're also weak, so you have to be given food, drinks, everything that requires you and your baby to be nourished at the same time. So I stayed home for 1 month. That was in September. I gave birth in September 2016, and I stayed up to October. Then I went back to school. So when I went back to school, because my child was still lactating, so I had to go with her to school. and look for a nanny to take care of her while I'm at school and I'm attending classes. Then after attending classes, I will rush back home, then take care of the of my child, breastfeeding of course. And it was like up and about, up and about. uh, and I remember sometimes I would cry at night because there was so much pressure. I had to concentrate at school, and I also had to concentrate with my child and take care of her at the same time. And I remember there was sometimes I thought of discontinuing, but then I sat like I remember I thought about it very hard, and I decided not to. So I continued with my education, and thankfully, when she reached around 9 months, by then I was in my third year. Yeah, I was in my third year, and my mom and dad, decided to take her and stay with her while I was in school. But in the end, I would go on every weekend to see her because I could not commute on a daily basis. The school was in Juja. I went to JKUAT in Juja main campus, and home ni Dagoretti. So that commuting then each day was a little bit difficult. So I would go every weekend. Immediately my lessons on Friday were over, I would go home, then come back on Monday morning or on Sunday evening. So I really don't have much to say about that because if you have a very good support system and you have parents who really who help or who understood the situation, and of course with a lot of disappointment, but also accepted the situation as it is, they helped me take care of my child. And that's how I was able to juggle between school and being a mother at the same time, because I was required to go home every weekend and spend the weekend. And also even your parents have things they have to do, so on the weekends they will have maybe errands they want to run, functions they have to attend. So it was my obligation to go and relieve them for the weekend so that they can also enjoy themselves and maybe do other things. But I'm really grateful to my mom. If she's seeing this, my mom and dad, if you're seeing this, I really appreciate what you did for me, and you are still doing it up to now, and you're helping me with my child once in a while, and most of the time, because you're the ones who basically brought her up. But I would love to say, for those who are out there, um and maybe you don't have supportive parents, or you've gone through the same thing, um we have friends, we do have friends, and there are those friends who will really stick out their neck for you. And I hope everyone who's watching this, you have that one friend you can go to, you can talk to, because sometimes you find that these situations can lead people to depression, which is something that is not being talked about very often. So you need to at least have someone to talk to, because if I did not have someone to talk to by then, and funny thing, most of them, my friends, my colleagues, my those who I went to school with, they were very supportive. They were very supportive, and they were there, and we could talk sometimes, and they will check up on you, even kama ni ile tu funny tu, mnaendelea aje, and that mnaendelea aje really means something, because there's someone who cares about you and your health and that of your baby. So yeah, so basically that's how I juggle between school and motherhood. I had a nanny who will take care of her during the day when I was in school. Then immediately my classes, because in campus you don't have a lot of classes. You have like you have 3 classes in a day, 4 classes in a day, or even 2 or 1. It all depends on your timetable and everything. So yeah, That's how I juggled. She was a very lovely lady, and I would well, if I ever stumble or find her or see her when I'm in Juja, she's a very beautiful, loving woman who took care of my child as her own. And for a moment I was relieved because I knew she was in safe hands, and I thank God for that. So I don't have anything to say from there. Maybe, yeah, if you have any questions, please, if you have any more suggestions, any suggestions for videos you want me to do, kindly comment on the section down below. And the other question, the other video suggestion, sorry, was from Kikuyu Dinari Youth Group. Yes, I'm proud proud part of that youth group, and I'm the running I don't know if it's running or what. I'm the Miss Kikuyu Dinari 2019-2020. So they suggested, and they asked, what drove you to start helping needy children? So if you basically have followed me on my social media pages, and you've seen, I've been part of an organization known as Motini Hope and Development Project. So actually it was not something I was planning or something that was in plan, but I was job seeking, and I happened to be employed by Mutuni Hope and Development Project, but they are mostly known as Mutuni Hope Center. That's how people know it. So you can go check them out on Facebook, Mutuni Hope Center, or you can even visit their website, www.mutinihopecenter.org, and you can see what they basically do there. And what they do is they help needy children, also take them to school. They also have a feeding program for the elderly. They also have a youth empowerment project, basically growing and nurturing their talents as well. But with time they will expand, and I believe that it's an organization that is going very far. So Motini Hope Center. Okay, when I went there, I grew fond of these children. You find people who really struggle in their lives. Unapata mtoto kwao kenye whatever she or he is eating at the institution, at the organization, akienda nyumbani hakuna kitu ya kukula. So these children do struggle because their parents are already struggling. You find these parents, both of them maybe are not at work. Maybe these children are orphan and have been left with their grandmother, who's a senior citizen and cannot do anything or cannot be able to do casual jobs. So unaona wako wote hapo, wako ni watu hawajiwezi. Then you have children who are from single parents. They only have one parent, and that parent has like 4 children, and they only depend on her because they don't have family to support them at the same time. So these children, they wind up going to the streets. They cannot go to school. Their parents cannot afford the school fees. They don't have decent clothes to wear. Unapata mtoto amevaa nguo imeraruka raruka. You find these children are malnutritioned because they don't eat on a daily basis, or probably they don't even eat at all. So that's why the director and founder director, Mr. Mbogwa Mwangi, and the co-director, Mrs. Grace Mwangi, they opened up this institution in 2015, and they only started it like a feeding program where these children will come, because they will find a lot of children roaming around when it's school time, and they started like a feeding program, and it grew and grew. So they had to make it a center. So they officially did the government process and everything and registered it as a community-based organization. So I can talk a lot about it, but let's say I grew fond of these children because I have been lucky enough to grow up in a middle class family where my parents could afford a meal, my parents could afford school fees, and my parents could afford to give me good education and good clothing and housing and what all those basic needs. And so many people out there don't see that there's so many people who are really struggling. So when you help someone and you impact someone and you have an impact in someone's life, then you are basically have what can I say, you're basically making a change. That little change can go a very long mile. So uh, that's it. I was employed there and I grew fond of the children. I was happy that I would be there to participate in taking care of the elderly, taking to them food at their homes. And you will find that mostly even those the elderly who are in that community, they have been abandoned by their own children, and they are living in very deplorable conditions that you cannot imagine you yourself even living in them, because they don't have food, they don't have anybody to take care of them. Most of this, they are living alone. Most of these elderly parents, grandparents, senior citizens. And the least we can do is at least give them food. And probably I wish somebody somewhere will come and see that this institution is doing a very good job, become their donor, permanent donor. That's the one thing that Hope Center really needs. Even 2 3 donors, permanent donors, who will basically be able to sustain the organization's project, because currently it's mostly depends on a marathon that is organized every year. But due to 2020's COVID restrictions and everything, they have not been able. It will have been the 3rd edition of the Moto Half Marathon. It started in 2017, 2017, it started in 2018, 2019. So last year was supposed to be its 3rd edition, but the marathon was cancelled because of Corona. Things happen, you know. So, but this marathon is basically planned to raise funds, bring people together to raise funds that will sustain the organization, that which includes taking those children to school. They have children from the ECD level to university level and college level. So this money is raised, basically sustains the organization projects itself, which is taking care of the needy children, giving them an education, um giving them a place, giving them meals, hot meals in a day, taking care of the senior citizens by providing for them food, also youth empowerment as well. So this year they have set a date for 5th September. 5th September, kindly register that on your calendar. 5th September 2021, there's a marathon that has been planned to help raise these funds to sustain the organization. So if you are willing to participate, and if you want to make an impact in someone's life from the bottom of your heart, from the will of your heart, I want you to go check them out on Facebook, Motweni Hope Center. And you can also, I will also put the poster up here or here, up here, whichever I will put the poster there for the process of registration and everything, the cost and everything. And you'll be able to receive a t-shirt on the day of the event and a medal for participating in the event. So I will really love you to participate, my subscribers. Thank you so much, and I hope I have exhausted everything you asked me to talk about on the video. So I hope you guys are okay and you are also taking care of yourselves. Please stay safe. If you maybe you're thinking corona is not real. Please, please, please take care of yourself. Prevention is better. I don't know if the cure part really makes sense for corona, but prevention is better than cure. So take care of yourselves. And nimeongea yote na sijui Brookside, can you give me a I know I don't have a lot of followers or subscribers for now to be monetized and all, but yes, I'm wearing a Tuzo yogurt outfit because yes, my parents are agents and we also sell milk. So if you want to order milk, from fresh milk to wholesale milk, kindly hit me up. I will drop the number down below, or you can inbox me as well, or comment down below at affordable prices from the brands of Brookside to Zomolo, and yes, Ilara as well. We also sell yogurt, so if you want anything, you can make your orders down below. I don't have much to say from that, so without further ado, guys, thank you so much for the subscribers. Road to 500 subscribers it is, and I wish you blessings. I wish you abundant blessings. I wish you a good day. I wish you blessed week. I don't know from where you're watching me from, but yes, with that much said, let me stop it at that. Until the next time, guys. Bye.